You ain't shit, Duck. You ain't ever gonna be shit. You're just like your father.
Well, it's just like being back at home. And welcome back to another episode of Crips and Corks. I'm your host, DJ, here with my co-host.
Your goody gumdrop,
Ew.
Paul, as usual. Do you ever feel like a goody gumdrop?
No, never. Not once in my life.
It rolls off the tongue, though. Say it.
Goody.
Goody gumdrop.
Where did you get that from?
It just popped in my good old head as we started this recording, and here we are. And this is gonna be the goody gumdrop episode for anyone who is fucking curious and anyone who has anything to say about it. We're doing the goody gumdrop episode. No comment?
Is that your blessing and your curse?
No. But I guess go ahead with yours if you wanna insert yourself in there.
No, please. I went first last time. I can wait another nearly 100 episodes before I go again.
Well, I guess my blessing is that actually I'm reconnecting with nature. I went on a good old walk the other day, and I went outside, and it was quiet for the first time in a long time.
Oh, that's good.
Because I tend to drown out my thoughts with podcasts and music and things.
Yes.
So I've been reconnecting with nature and just getting back to where it all began. Because a little lore about me is I'm a country boy at heart, so we're getting
You
back.
don't say.
Yeah, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so we got the good old country roots.
You don't look like it at all.
Not,
especially right now.
No, not especially right now. Now my curse this week is I'm never gonna be free from these emo boys! I got young blood all over my Tik Tok timeline, tempting me with his gorgeous body. And if you don't know who Youngblood is, go ahead and give him a search. And we're never gonna be free from the scourge of these hot emo boys on the internet. And Youngblood, have you seen Youngblood?
No. Give me a second.
He is so hot.
Is Youngblood spelled exactly like you'd expect?
Youngblod. I'm sure if you search that, he'll come right on up. And, Youngblood, he got the tattoos. He's got the eyeliner. He's got the black hair.
Damiano David's hotter, in my opinion.
Okay, Damiano David is hotter, but Youngblood, current obsession.
Okay, this guy is just about our age, about a year younger. Mm-hmm. He looks like one of those emo boys straight out of, the peak
of 2006.
Yes, yeah. If you showed me a picture of him and said when was he big, I would have said 2005. Yeah, he was a child.
He has a sold out American tour right now.
Oh,
he just my gosh, beautiful, legendary. And my other curse is Conan Gray's new music.
Yes,
it is such sad boy
Vodka
music.
Cranberry.
Gets me right in the feels. And I'm living for Conan Gray right now, and I'm living for the sailor outfit he's using when he's performing.
It's really cute.
It's really cute. He is so cute. But the music gets you right in your feels. And honestly, all of his music gets you right in your feels. And honestly, we salute you, Conan Gray. You're doing this for the people, and we salute you. And I love your friendship with Olivia Rodrigo. Thank you for your service to the community. And with that, I end my blessing and curses. Period. How about you? What's your blessing and curse?
I feel very blessed to be done with work for 2 weeks.
Ooh, yes.
We're pre-recording this. I'm in Portugal.
You are in Portugal at this moment in time?
I think.
Probably.
I have no idea where we are.
Me either at this point. We've recorded so many.
We're just somewhere. I might be back. I might not be. I could be dead, which would make this a really poignant in memoriam episode. So it's been, I've needed a break, and I'm really glad that I get to take this. My curse, I have yet to get a snack wrap from McDonald's. It's been weeks.
You're slacking. Certified fast food girlies. You're slacking and you need to get in that
I haven't
snack
been
wrap.
to a McDonald's.
But also the snack wrap isn't that great. It's like, it's fine, but it's nothing
We'll
to
see
write
what
home about.
happens.
We'll see what happens, but I love that snack wrap girly pop. And is that your blessing and curse?
Yes.
I have to take this moment for the audience really quick, and I have to be upfront and honest about something. We recorded an episode before this one, and between you, me, the audience, and God, I am feeling the alcohol from the past episode.
That one glass of wine.
I am feeling that one glass of wine, so I apologize what this episode
I
is about to
started feeling
become.
it for a hot second towards the end of it, and it's gone.
Yeah, I'm still feeling it. Maybe I'll sober up throughout the episode, but we'll see. Now, pop culture corner.
Yes.
I have kind of a gross one for you.
Okay.
There is a new thing called, well, it's not new, but it's coming back. It's called screw worms.
No, I'm out.
It's just as gross
I'm
and
out.
as awful as you think it is.
I
It's originating, right now it's happening in Central and South America, and it's low-key making its way up to Mexico. And what it is it's a fly, and if you have an open wound or anything like that, it goes and it lays a ton of eggs in there, and they hatch, and then the maggots, as the name suggests, go, like, screw themselves deeper and deeper, eating their way through your body, and they eat your organs and everything from the inside out. And you can feel them eating you alive.
Can you stop?
Cover your ears because I'm going to finish for the audience who wants to hear it. There have been reports of, like, people, like, feeling themselves being eaten alive from the inside out. And there was one case where, like, the woman got it from an open wound, and the worms were literally, like, every time she blew her nose, they were coming out of her nose, like the worms were coming out of her nose, and she said she could feel the worms, like, eating her and how painful it was, and I am so scared. The gross details are done, but I am so scared. I'm so spooked because if that fly makes it to America, trust and believe, I'm not going outside ever again. Like,
No.
Trust and believe.
Long
Fully
sleeves,
clothed.
turtlenecks.
And it's like a horror story.
Yeah.
Like something out of a horror movie. Like when I first found out about this, which shout out to Side Stories last podcast on the
my
left. Thank you
God.
for the story. But yeah, it's so scary. I'm spooked and I'm hoping the screw worms stay down there and they don't come up here. And we have to do it, for the people. Not the boar worms.
Not the boar worms.
The boar worms.
The boar worms.
But now we have to be scared about the screw worms, so
Literally.
if you find yourself in South America or Central America, be sure to cover up all of your wounds. Now, that was the only thing I had for Pop Culture Corner this week. Do you have anything to add to Pop Culture Corner? I guess my curse was a lot about Pop Culture Corner, too, because, like, Conan Gray, I'm super excited for his new album, Wishbone.
Me too. I love Conan Gray's music.
Yes, me too. And people are saying, like, he's hit his stride, and this new album is gonna, like, really cement him as, like, a big pop name, and I am sad for that, and I am ready for Conan Gray to get his flowers.
Me too. Well, Paul, shall we drink?
Let's get into it.
This week we're drinking Bud Light.
Bud Light. One of my favorites, honestly.
That's why I picked it out.
Going back to my frat boy days, I love a Bud Light. I love a light beer. Also love a Michelob Ultra. Get into a light beer whenever you're at your local...
Hate whatever just happened with mine.
This is fine. Cheers. This is very good. I give this 5 grapes. Nothing beats a classic light beer for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
I don't normally like beer, but it is hot. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing like a cold beer on a hot day.
Yes. Bud Light, always 5 grapes for me. Like, classic beer. Love a light beer. I'm just here for it. I'm sad for it. Goes back to my frat boy days, my country days. Yeah. Now, my grandfather growing up would always drink a Milwaukee's Best.
Oh.
And he he did some very godless things, and he would put tomato juice in his beer, which is a thing. People do it, and it's disgusting. He really liked it, but... So I guess if you want to be adventurous, maybe try your beer with some tomato juice, some clamato juice, whatever you need to do, but... I thought it was disgusting, but my grandfather loved it, so I'm sure there's other people out there who love beer and tomato juice or whatever.
Okay, after that, thank you for coming and listening to our story. That's more horrifying than anything I have to describe here, so please like, subscribe. I'm kidding. Paul, let me tell you a story.
Let's get into it.
A family under siege. Their home has become their fortress. Their attackers are beings from beyond this world. They fired shots repeatedly, to no avail. Will they survive and make it out? Let's find out. In the Kelly-Hopkinsville Goblin Encounter.
Okay, this isn't a movie, right?
No.
It sounds like a movie.
Doesn't it?
It's giving movie. That's crazy. So there is aliens outside that are trying to attack them, and they're like boarded up in their home, yeah?
Let's just hop into it.
Okay, because I've never heard anything about this, so I'm sad and I'm ready for it.
So our story begins on Sunday, August 21st, 1955. We have the Sutton family who are gathered with their friends in their 3-bedroom farmhouse in rural Kentucky, right between Hopkinsville and the unincorporated town of Kelly.
Okay.
So this is rural.
Kentucky.
Yes.
Like the chicken.
Yes.
Yes.
Now the group consisted mainly of the matriarch of the family, Glennie Langford, who was 50. Her sons from her first marriage, Elmer Lucky Sutton, who is 25, and his wife Vera, who is 29. J.C. Sutton, 21, and his wife Aileen, 27. Aileen's brother, O.P. Baker, and Lucky and Vera's friend Billy Ray Taylor, 21, and his wife June, 18, as well as Glennie's children from her second marriage to Mr. Langford, who were aged 12, 10, and 7.
Now, there's a lot of people in this house. Are these people living there? Are they there for a party? They're all living there?
Lucky and Vera were actually carnival workers.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they were carnies. And so they were visiting for the summer.
Okay, low-key, they were probably like the coolest aunts and uncles.
Yes, so they were visiting with Glennie and staying with Glennie, and Billy Ray and June worked with them and had come to visit.
Okay, so they're visiting. They're not living.
And O.P. Baker was Aileen's brother, J.C.'s wife.
Okay.
And he often stayed at the farmhouse because it was closer for him to get a ride into his job in Hopkinsville than it was for, like, it was along the way for whoever was giving him a ride. Because you have to remember, this is right after the World War. This is very rural Kentucky. I believe this was a tobacco farm. So they grew tobacco, and they grew some vegetables. This wasn't like a big farm.
Okay, okay. I got the story, got the backdrop, got the setting. Okay, let's get into the spooky. Let's get into the aliens.
Okay. Around 7 p.m., Billy Ray stepped out of the house to get water from the well in the yard.
Wait, what year was this?
1955.
They're still getting... Well, I guess it is backwoods. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind.
As he was bringing the bucket to the top, he saw an egg-shaped silver metal object streak across the sky with an exhaust that was every color of the rainbow, which ran from the south to a gully on the property just over the tree line.
Okay. I'd like to see the exhaust. I'd like to know what that looks like. If it was every color of the rainbow, that sounds pretty. Or maybe they were just celebrating Pride on their planet and got lost.
Oh my gosh.
It was like rainbow exhaust, and it was for their Pride parade, and then they made it to Earth.
They made a wrong turn.
Exactly.
This isn't Mars!
Where's the gate?
He immediately ran inside and told the others, who laughed it off, thinking it was all a joke because Billy Ray was known as a bit of a prankster.
Okay. That Billy Ray, he gets me every time.
Exactly. Now, an hour later, the family's dog began to bark aggressively outside. Lucky and Billy Ray went outside to check on him. As they walked to where the dog was, the dog yelped and came running past them with its tail between its legs.
Oh.
Up ahead, they could hear something moving in the brush and saw a glowing from within the woods, and they turned and ran inside and grabbed a gun. Coming back outside armed, they prepared to defend the home and were shocked by what stepped out of the trees. A little gray man.
Oh, it's one of the Greys. Okay.
They described it as having an oversized head, almost perfectly round. Its arms were so long they nearly brushed the ground. Its hands had talons. It had pointed ears. And it had oversized eyes that glowed with a yellowish light, and its entire gray body gave off a silvery luminescence, like metal.
Okay, so then it's not like one of the classic Greys then, because like, as many people know, if you've seen a picture of what the classic Greys look like, they do not have ears. Like, they have like ear holes.
I have a picture.
Okay, that's giving more like, it's giving more amphibian. It's giving like
Gremlin or goblin.
Yeah, it's not really giving like one of the Greys, what you like classically picture when you picture an alien, right? It'd be interesting to know like what species.
Now the creature threw its arms over its head and awkwardly moved towards them, more floating than walking, and the two ran back inside in fear.
Floating, gay. Floating towards you, gay.
So everything that I described, like, it didn't really touch the ground, but it also didn't like really walk either. It like moved its hips in this like painful looking way.
Gay. Swishing
Sissy
its hips.
That walk.
Exactly. She's floating. She's swishing her hips. Gay.
That's the episode of this. Gay aliens.
Yes, the aliens are absolutely gay. They got their pride freaking exhaust.
Initially, the others thought the two were continuing the prank that Billy Ray had started until they looked out the door to see the creature approaching it.
Oh, see, that would be spooky. I wouldn't be there.
So
for
apparently
that.
what happened, so they'd gone out the back door and Glennie came and was like talking to them.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else went in the living room, and Glennie looked out the door and she saw it like peek its face through the screen door.
Trying to come through the back door? Gay. That was a good one. You gotta admit, that's a good one.
Lucky shot the creature and it made a metallic sound before disappearing, like just disappeared.
Wait, you said he shot him?
Yes.
Okay.
These are Southerners. These are Second Amendment people.
Period. And it sounded like metal when he shot him. Okay. So they're hard-bodied.
Yes.
Again, gay.
So they waited anxiously to see like if the creature would get up or what, and they're like creeping towards the door. And then somebody screamed in the living room, and they go running in, and it is staring through the window.
Okay, I would be so scared. Honestly, I'm making all these jokes, but if this actually happened to me...
This is terrifying.
I would be so scared.
Lucky and Billy Ray both open... So now they have a pistol and they have a shotgun, and they both start firing through the window. Like shattering the glass, ruining the screen, and the creature just somersaults through the air and then floats away. Like it was hit and it did a graceful somersault, and then it just like...
Right, because I feel like our weapons and our technology, like, has no effect on aliens. Like, they're so far more advanced than us. Like, guns, like, they're probably like, that's so, like, 2 billion years ago, girl. Like...
Oh, that's so 5 millennia ago.
Exactly. If aliens are real and they're that much more advanced than us, our weapons, they're not going to do anything. Like, let's be real.
Now, they decided that they were going to step outside and check to make sure they actually hit and killed it. And as Billy Ray stepped out on the porch, a taloned hand came down from the overhang on the porch and touched his hair. And June pulled him inside, and Lucky ran outside, shot the creature through the roof. and it just gracefully flipped over and disappeared over the other side of the house.
Okay, that's spooky. Being touched by an alien, I wouldn't like that.
They looked out to the trees, and there was another one in the branches, and Lucky and Billy Ray began shooting in all directions, but every time they hit one, it would just float to the ground if it was in the tree branches. Or if it was on the ground, it would just do a little flip before getting up and like scurrying back a couple feet before trying to come forward.
Yeah, I feel like these aliens can do more than they're letting on. And I'm not sure why they're entertaining these people, because I feel like if they really wanted to, they could really like mess up the people and like really fight back if they really wanted to. So I'm not sure like what the holdback is here on the aliens' part.
The Suttons then barricaded themselves in the house and shot at the creatures if they attempted to enter, which they tried to do repeatedly.
What if the aliens were just trying to talk to them, though? Like, what if they were just like, please just let us in, let us talk. We're just looking for hot bottoms.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Do you know how I cancel my Sean Cody subscription?
Oh my god. Now, Glennie had all the children hide under their beds before ordering the women to hide as well.
Mm-hmm.
She then told the men to stop firing at the creatures as they just seemed curious and hopefully they would observe and then leave.
Mm-hmm.
The next few hours were spent with the creatures peeking in windows and the sounds of claws on the roof.
See, that would be so scary. Could you imagine, like, you are stuck in your house and all you're hearing is the scratching on the roof?
Yeah, and it's a very particular sound.
Yeah, I would freak the fuck out. That would be so scary.
Shortly before 11 p.m., after a period of prolonged silence from the creatures, the whole group fled into their 2 cars and drove at top speed to the Hopkinsville police station. The police listened bewildered at the story and could hardly believe it. They knew the Suttons and knew they were serious people and not used to pulling pranks and could tell that they had not been drinking. And this was especially true because Glennie did not allow liquor in her house.
Which is interesting. And also, like, rural communities like that, like, them notating their sobriety is a big deal, right? Mm-hmm. Because there's also, like, probably all sorts of drugs. Not all sorts of drugs, but like your classic.
Yeah,
like,
and this is very much
drugs.
yeah, and this is very much like we talked about with Mothman, where they went to the police and the police knew them and knew that they were good kids.
Right. And the police noting their sobriety, that adds a lot of validity to this.
One officer was a medic in World War II, and he saw Billy Ray had a beating vein, and so he took his pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And he found it to be a staggering 144 beats per minute, which is, like, dangerously high.
See, that's giving drugs, though.
What drugs did they have in the 50s? In rural Kentucky?
I'm sure.
That would do that.
I'm sure they probably had, like, heroin or coke or something.
Yeah, and these farm people found cocaine.
Listen, I don't know about their lives, DJ. I'm just saying.
Now, they did take the main participants in the story, like Glennie, Lucky, Billy Ray, into separate rooms and interrogated them, and they all gave the same story.
Okay.
Police from 3 jurisdictions and military police from the Army base Fort Campbell nearby all escorted the Suttons back to the farm. They found many of the windows in the home had been shattered. The frames on the inside were missing chunks from shotgun blasts. The floor was littered with spent cartridges, all leading towards the story.
Yeah.
They also searched the home for alcohol and could only find a couple cans of beer. Nothing that would have caused them to hallucinate.
Okay, but what on the outside? Is there scratch marks on the outside is what I need to know. Like, yeah, okay, shotguns or blasts from the inside. Like, that's something, but...
So, remember how I said the animals floated?
Yeah.
So there weren't really any footprints, and I don't think anyone climbed up on the roof.
Well, you said they were coming from the roof. They were hearing scratches on the roof.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone climbed up on the roof to check.
Oh, see, they should have, because that would have been that validity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there's, like, all these scratch marks or, like, whatever, like, these scratches they're hearing, like, where are the marks?
Now, at one point, they went searching through the woods, and somebody stepped on the tail of a cat, and when the cat shrieked, All the men who were in the house immediately pulled their guns, ready to fire.
Mm-hmm.
And all the police notated, like, they were extremely panicked. Like, they weren't faking this.
Okay.
No craft was found, but a few officers may have found an area with the grass smoothed down as if something heavy had sat on it.
Okay, and that is something they notate, like, with crop circles and stuff, like, the grass being, like, down.
Yeah, it's not sliced down, it's just flattened.
Exactly.
After hours, the police left, and the Sunners decided to turn in and try and get some sleep. Glennie was unable to sleep, and she looked over at her bedroom window to see one of the creatures pressed up against the screen with its taloned hand raised as if it was trying to open the window. She screamed, and Lucky, who was sleeping on the couch, came running in with his shotgun and shot it, and it disappeared again. Lucky and Billy Ray stayed up all night, keeping watch, with the last sighting of the creatures being just before dawn.
Damn, these creatures just keep coming back. That's crazy. But also, we have to talk about how many guns and ammo these people have. Because they're firing and firing and firing. It's
so
crazy.
They actually only had 3 guns.
Okay.
They had a handgun and a shotgun, and they also had a German-like handgun that wasn't actually used.
Okay.
But apparently they went through like 200 rounds.
That's a lot of ammo.
That's a lot of ammo.
Like, how did they afford that? Like, if
they had it, like, so what they did was, I think they said that they'd used an entire box of cartridges.
Yeah.
And somebody figured out that that's about 200 bullets.
But still, like, bullets cost money. Where are they getting all these bullets? Like, where are they getting the money if they're just tobacco farmers?
Well, they also had, like, livestock.
Okay.
And, like, this is rural Kentucky, so I'm sure they hunted.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
So they probably just, like, bought a box of cartridges and had it, and they went through the whole thing.
Okay. Clocked. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you have to remember the context of where they are.
Right. You got me. Okay, I got you.
The next day, the news spread like wildfire. One newspaper erroneously described the creatures as little green men.
Ooh!
And that's where that saying comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than the actual gray they were. The Sutton farm was soon inundated with tourists who wanted to see the location and mock the family for what they claimed to have seen.
See, that's what I hate. Why do we gotta bully the family?
Yeah, like, it just, like, people were literally coming out, and it's like, oh, look, there's a spaceship.
Right, like, their country bumpkin ass. Like, girl, if this had happened to you, like, you would have been doing the same thing. Like,
Glenna, you see any spaceships? No, and I ain't seen your last 3 teeth either.
Okay.
Glennie's like the hero of the story, and I could just see her like firing back with something like that.
Right.
Some people who came actually broke into the house to take souvenirs. Because like there were no like, if the family wasn't there, they didn't have like locks on the outside of the door. Like, you know, like in the country, you just had sort of the hook and eye latch.
Yeah.
So if they weren't there, the house wasn't locked, so people would just like go in and like help themselves.
That's great. Like, that bothers me about people and their entitlement, especially when it comes to paranormal locations. I mean, we discussed this a little bit with like Amityville, where they had to like change
the house number.
Yeah. People just feel so entitled. Like, okay, you know something paranormal will happen here. Like, that doesn't give you permission to like violate these people's homes. It's crazy.
Now, the Sunners tried to post no trespassing signs and fences to no use because people were just climbing over them. So they then attempted to charge 50 cents for entry, $1 for information, and $10 for a photograph.
Okay, that's tea. You get your coins, those.
People soon began to deride them as charlatans who made up the entire story to make a buck.
Well, maybe they'll leave them alone then.
The family grew tired of the attention, and they couldn't collect the money because people were taking pictures anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So they packed up the house and just moved away.
I mean, I can't really blame them. They didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't sign up for any of that.
The story also sparked the interest of many ufologists.
Not the ufologist.
Ufologist.
And what do y'all know about an ufologist? Ooh, I love ufology. Ooh.
You oof, I oof, he, she, it, oofs,
We.
oofology, the study of oof. It's elementary, SpongeBob.
We oof. I think I oofed this morning, actually.
Oh my god, I don't want to know if you oofed this morning. Anyways, the incident was investigated by Dr. J. Allen Hynek and Project Blue Book.
Oh, Project Blue Book?
Project Blue Book!
Which we talked a little bit about with the Flatwoods Monsters.
Yes, we did.
And we're going to have to do a whole... It's going to have to be like a 2-3-parter
Yes.
if DJ lets me do a 3-parter series.
What if we did something where, like, we tried to, like, piggyback off one another? Like, with a 3-parter?
Like, I do the first part, you do the second part, and then I gloriously end it with my beauty, style, and grace.
It would probably work better if it was a 2-parter. Like one of us started and the other one ends.
Yeah. I should probably end it because I'm used to ending things, so...
That's for damn sure.
I'm not sure what that joke really meant, but it sounded better in my head. We'll get them next time, guys. I'll workshop it, and then I'll get back to y'all, okay? We'll workshop it and get back to y'all.
Now, it should be noted that Billy Ray's description of the craft that flew overhead really resembles a classic flying saucer, because early UFOs were very rare. Well, first of all, it is a classic saucer because it's, like, round. But also, a lot of the early stories did describe craft as, like, looking like a bullet or an egg.
Okay. And it's a game of telephone, really, you know? As most of these stories are, it's a game of telephone. He said, she said.
The creature's odd appearance and behavior also lends itself to being some kind of alien being. The way bullets didn't affect it, it didn't bleed, it would just sort of somersault, it didn't walk.
I mean, the appearance alone, the long arms, like... It wasn't human, and it wasn't, like, a known species if, like, what that drawing was, what they actually saw, like...
Yeah. Now, skeptics have floated many theories. The most famous of which was that it was actually a family of aggressive great horned owls, which are territorial, especially around their young.
Okay.
However, owls being shot at and hit would die and leave behind blood and feathers.
That's very true.
Also, I find it very unlikely that if they had trespassed on a family of great horned owls, that the owls would attack the house for hours.
Right.
I think once they were, like, unsuccessful getting in, like, if they saw the people go in, they would try to get in, and once they were unsuccessful, they would just leave.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Another theory is that the family was drinking. However, once again, the police searched for this and found no evidence whatsoever.
But what about drugs? I need the toxicology report, okay? I need to see what the girls are doing.
These were good, serious, God-fearing Christian Kentuckians.
Okay, but so are a lot of people, and that can be said about a lot of people, but are they really...
In the 50s, drugs weren't as prevalent back then as it was today.
Okay, I'll let you have this one.
Now, some people have said, like, maybe they put, like, weird mushrooms into the stew.
Oh, okay. See?
But I don't think they ate anything with mushrooms. I think that's just something people... And also, if they did have mushrooms, these are people who are used to
scavenging. They know what mushrooms to look for.
Yes, yeah. And they know, like, which ones are going to give you the wacky visions.
Yeah. And yeah, that's so true. Like, country folk, they know what mushrooms you can eat. Like, even, like, to this day, like, people I know still go mushroom hunting. Like,
another theory is that it was monkeys. So there's 2 sub-theories with this. One is that, as I mentioned before, Lucky and Vera and Billy Ray and June all worked for a traveling carnival.
Right.
And one theory posits that the 2 men brought the monkeys back to the farm for a prank and let them loose to sort of prank their family. But why would it have escalated?
Right, and where, like you said, where's the blood? Where is, like...
Yeah, monkeys don't somersault, they don't float.
Right, and if these are monkeys from...
They're not silver. You'd have to paint those monkeys silver.
Yeah, and if these were monkeys from these people's circus, they would probably be more like distraught about it, I would think, hopefully. Like about their monkeys for their circus like being
Yeah.
killed. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would hope they'd be more distraught about it.
Another states that it wasn't the two men, but actually just two monkeys who escaped from a circus that was passing by and happened to attack the house.
But then where are the
But
dead
also, why would the
monkeys?
monkeys just attack the house?
Exactly. Where are the bodies?
And the last theory is perhaps it was just all a hoax.
I mean, why would they do it though?
Exactly, because matriarch Glennie was known throughout the town as being a no-nonsense religious woman, and actually in the aftermath of this, she shied away from the limelight the story brought her.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want to give interviews, she didn't want to talk to anyone.
Right.
And she was very, very angry about discrepancy, such as the notion that there were 15 beings, saying, like, I only ever saw two at once.
Right, right. And people like that, they just want to be left alone. They enjoy the simple life. They just want to be left alone. Like, I mean, I could see the circus people faking it, but, like, how did they convince...
But for what? Because they moved away too.
I mean, that's true, too.
So a lot of newspapers said that none of their neighbors reported hearing any shots that night. One neighbor, actually, their closest neighbor, contradicted this and said that he heard what sounded like a small battle occur on the farm that night, and he had seen glowing lights in the woods in between his farm and their farm.
Right. But, so do you think the aliens just got, like, picked up and brought back to their home planet? Like...
I think they
Where did
just
they-
landed, and so I want to go back to what Glennie said, which is the way they were raising their arms.
Mm-hmm.
So what if they were just like really trying, like you said, trying to communicate something?
Right, right.
And that's all they were trying, and like they had this deadline of they had to do it between sundown because they were spotted right after the sun went down
Right.
and sun up.
Yeah, and honestly, things like that make me nervous because it makes me feel like we're never going to make contact with aliens because we couldn't handle it, we're going to attack them. Like, yeah, there's a chance
Yeah.
aliens could be, like, aggressive too and everything. But like you said, maybe they were just curious and trying to communicate something. But us as humans, we are so quick to jump to violence, like... How are we going to communicate with these beings or, like, even hope to, like... Yeah, how are we going to even hope to communicate with them if we just jump to violence so quick, assume the worst, and just shoot at them? Like, no wonder they haven't made contact, which so many people have said before. Like, they're shooting at them, and they know, like, if we see, like, shit
Yeah,
like
and
that...
I think I saw one theory about why do aliens like always like pick on these like simple country folk. And it's because they're like simple, open, nice people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have armies to defend them.
Right, exactly. They're the least armed people. And maybe they are trying to get this message across, like, hey, we're here. We don't mean you any harm. And they're trying to start with, like, the people they know they aren't going to attack them, which wasn't the case in this story, of course. But also, like, there's a lot of horror stories, too, about aliens abducting people and doing awful experiments and things. So it's, like, hard to fully know, like, what's the tea if, like, I'm someone who definitely believes in aliens.
Yes.
And I don't know, it's hard to know, but I would hope they would come in peace, and it does worry me that, like, maybe people aren't going to be as accepting, because, I mean...
We can't even accept our own people here on this planet. How are we going to accept people from another?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was exactly just about to say that. We can't even accept people on our own planet, and how are we going to accept, like, people from other like... Yeah, no wonder they're not here. We can't even accept each other, and it kind of makes me sad.
I have no answers.
Me either. It's a very interesting story. Like, at the end of the day, like, there's a lot of give and take to this story. Do I think I'm caught between them actually seeing aliens and them, like, maybe accidentally getting the wrong mushroom or being under the influence of something? I'm caught between those two things. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, this theory is just wild. And I think I just missed it in there, but, like, it was just a case of, like, mass hysteria, mistaken identity. Like, Billy Ray thought he saw something, or he saw meteor, and he said it was a flying saucer, and then they saw like these owls, and they just said they became hysterical, and they had a group hallucination and fear.
Which does happen, and not to keep shouting them out, but last podcast on the left does have a very good episode on mass hysteria and mass hallucinations.
And another theory had that they went to Pentecostal church that day, and so they were just all really worked up, and so they kind of saw these demonic beings.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense because the type of religion they were was a little more conservative.
Well, I think that would make more sense because I think the conservatives are more worried about demons and like.
But just like, where does the mass hysteria come in? If you like go to a service where you stand up, sing, you sit down, pray, listen to a Bible passage, stand up, sing, and leave.
Isn't that Catholics? Aren't the Presbyterians like? No, that's Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Pentecostal is the crazy ones. Okay. Presbyterians are probably more
low-key. Yeah, a lot of people said like they went to like an evangelical church when they were just Pentecostal.
Well, evangelical is crazy too, I feel. Yeah.
A lot of people said they went to like the crazy kind of church.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people said, oh, they just went to church and they probably like just got all worked up and they saw shit that wasn't there.
I mean, I could see that happening. They get worked up at church and they're...
But they didn't get worked up at church.
Oh, they didn't.
They attended a church that was one of those, you sing a song, you sit down, you listen to the Bible passage, you hear the speech, you sing another song, and you leave.
Okay. I don't know then. Like I said, I'm caught between...
I think they saw something.
Yeah, I'm caught between that or like some sort of hallucination, drug, whatever. I'm caught between those two. I do believe in aliens for sure. And you know what? Like I said in the last episode, I'm going to choose to believe and like live in a magical world. And they saw aliens that night. So I'm going to choose to believe that one because it's more fun and it's funner to live in a magical world.
Also, the reason why I call this the Kelly-Hopkinsville Goblin Encounter is because the creatures are often described as being goblins.
Okay.
Based on their appearance.
They do look like goblins.
Yes.
That's for sure. Now, is there a smash or pass with this episode?
Smash or pass. E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Pass.
Me too.
He's a creepy
Okay, it does relate because actually, so while Steven Spielberg was doing research for Close Encounters of the Third Kind, he interviewed Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Hynek told Steven Spielberg about this story. It just didn't fit in what he was trying to do.
Right.
And after it came out, it was a big success. He kind of felt pressured to do a sequel to Close Encounters. He didn't want to. But he was really afraid that Columbia, which had done Close Encounters, was going to do to Third Encounters what Universal did with Jaws and create a sequel without his input and ruin it. So he came up with this story based on Kelly-Hopkinsville, and he ended up not doing it, and it ended up becoming E.T. and Poltergeist. So all the scary stuff became Poltergeist, and all the heartwarming stuff in it had become E.T.
Okay, that's actually really interesting. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
All stem from Kelly-Hopkinsville.
That's crazy. That's crazy lore. I'm here for it, though.
Yeah.
No, that was a good episode.
Thank you.
That's really interesting. That's a really interesting story. I hope it's real. I really hope they saw all aliens that night.
One can hope.
Period.
Anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Please be sure to connect with us, like, subscribe, follow wherever you are listening. Please get on our social media, DM us, let us know your thoughts. Or if you have your own stories, please email us at the email in our description. Paul, where can they find you?
You can find me at my personal Instagram and TikTok at Paulember, Paulember. And as usual, it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
And if you'd like to follow me, you can do so at The Real Deech Powers on Instagram and on TikTok. And until next time, keep your grips tight.
And your corks loose.
Bye.
have you ever been to the mall?